what are the guidelines on student loans in non-Muslim countries? This is a difficult matter. This is a difficult matter. Why is it a difficult matter? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned sternly and firmly and unequivocally about the prohibitedness of riba. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وذروا ما بقي من الربا إن كنتم مؤمنين. O you who believe, be mindful of Allah and give up all that remains of riba, of interest, if indeed you are believers. So engaging in riba has been sternly prohibited. We have many resources on Seeker's Guidance on the prohibition of the riba and its background and its severity. So it is something that we don't even come close to, right? And Allah has warned about its grave spiritual and human consequences, that those who consume riba stand only as one stands who has been driven crazy by the devil's touch. And that is but because they say that trade is just like riba. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَحَلَّ اللَّهُ الْبَيْعَ وَحَرَّمَ الرِّبَى. Allah has permitted trade and prohibited riba. So, how does that apply to student loans? In many countries, university education is subsidized or free or accessible, and that's a tremendous blessing if you're in such a circumstance. If you have the opportunity to avail of scholarships and grants, then do so. If you are able to get assistance from parents, then do so. Right? Even if you have to, pay them back. And if you're a parent, assisting your child in avoiding getting into riba is a tremendous gift that you're giving them, not just in material terms, but for their spiritual well-being and for your reward with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you can get the money back, inshallah. And communally, as a community, we have a fard kifaya. We have a communal obligation to facilitate legitimate, Sharia compliant alternatives to student loans. And if there are efforts at the national or local levels to facilitate alternatives to student debt, student loans and then student debt, then you should strive. We as believers should strive to be part of that. However, in many places, the tuition is very high, and it is very difficult, even if you seek family assistance and you work in the summer and you have a part-time job. Even then, you're not able to cover the student loan. Then there are some ulama who just pause and say, do your best. But there are God-fearing ulama, right, who say that the nature of of education, right, and secondary university education, college education is such that it puts the Muslims collectively at a significant disadvantage. If they're not able to pursue it, then you could take these loans because it's a consider of a widespread need that takes the level of necessity. But necessity is limited to the extent of need. So you have to be true to yourself that, well, I can work summers, then do so. You don't have to go traveling the whole world. Keep a part-time job. My own children, right now, two of them are studying at university here in Canada. I pitch in what I can, and my children, may Allah bless them, they both also work, right? A few evenings, weekend, but that way, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we don't have, vast means or anything like that. But our commitment as a family is that our children complete their higher education debt free between what we contribute and their own efforts. So if you're able to do that, that is best. And then you hasten to repay, uh, prioritizing doing so as well, so that you're not in this exceptional situation more than necessary. Education is fundamentally distinct from housing and other things where, um, you know, the majority of Islamic scholars do not affirm the permissibility of financing homes through conventional mortgages. And we have many resources on Seekers related to that. This is what the the God-fearing mainstream ulama affirm. Wallahu subhanahu wa ta'ala alam.
لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله